Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As we're about to today's video, we're here to showcase the 10 moves that will make you unguardable in NBA 2K23. They're also very easy to learn as well. So we're going to go over those in today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to my noties, all good stuff. And like always, try to win 2,000 likes. So I'll give you guys a full look at the SIGs. As you can see, we're mostly talking about what's in this playmaking moves, but keep in mind, hop jumpers can be used for dribbling as well. So in today's video, you're going to see that showcased. The James Harden hop jumper is pretty fire, if I must say so myself. Not to mention it's actually pretty glitchy. We're going to showcase you a move that actually is kind of game breaking, and I probably should have a video for itself, and I probably will even still make a video on just it itself. But anyway, aside from that, as you can see, Michael Jordan dribble style, you absolutely must have this if you're like 6'9" and below. I mean, it makes sense to do. Anything under 6'10", aka 6'9" and below, with 75 speed of ball can have Michael Jordan dribble style. It's absolutely a must-have. If you are taller, though, I do recommend Pro. It's actually a really good one that doesn't require any dribble move, like any ball handle, anything like that. So it's pretty solid. For the most part, though, this video is mainly for 6'9s. There will be a couple SIGs that you can utilize regardless of that, though. But for instance, we have things like the Rafer Alston signature size up. This is really good for just flicking your stick one way and running that way. And it's very basic. It doesn't require a whole lot of skill, to be honest with you, and it can be comboed really quickly. And I'll show you multiple different ways of doing that as well when we get into the Pro-Am arena to showcase the dribbling. As you can see, LeBron James size up escape. It's very basic. All you do is just hold your right trigger down and flick down on the right stick, and you do a nice little step back. It's probably the most basic move in the whole game, yet it's so good for creating three-point opportunities, not to mention your My Career cheese, where you can just hop back and shoot the ball. Simple, easy. Now, what's actually really broken right here is this Russell Westbrook moving crossover. Now, you need 80 ball handle for this one, and you have to be, once again, under 6'10", but there's multiple ways of using this, and what I love about it is it's good in both ways. So as you can see, there's that one animation that I was showing where it's the downhill attack, that move right there. Not to mention, we have the standstill where you can just be standing at the top of the key, hold your right trigger and flick up on the right stick, and you'll do this attack move, which is so lethal and so devious. But anyway, we'll showcase that once again in just a second. All of these will be showcased. Pro moving behind the back, I love this one. All it requires is a 75 ball handle. You can get this at 6'10", I think 6'11" for that matter too. Tonic even has it on his 6'11" with max ball handle. So it's very like widespread usable for many different types of heights and builds. Moving spin, I actually have basic currently. It's really good for people that like to hunt the threes. I'll showcase how to do this as well. But personally, I do like the Kevin Durant spin. It's just a tough situation because this one's more for downhill attacking in the full court and just more so to be flashy. Basic spin is actually quite usable, and if you get good with it, it can be really problematic. Essentially, how basic spin works is if you're running downhill and you hit the spin, it'll spin you backwards, then you'll have to do another move to cancel the spin, but it will be able to create you a lot of three-point opportunities, and most 2K players do know about it, to be honest with you. Moving past the moving hesitation, I don't really care for this too much. If you guys have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments as far as what moving hesi is actually maybe unique and different. A lot of these, they just kind of, you know, don't really create that much speed boost or anything like that. They're all basic one move that really isn't very utilizable in a half court, full court set or anything like that. So if you guys have any suggestions on the moving hesi, feel free to leave that. But moving step back, we also have James Harden. Now, I want to explain real quick, and yes, I know this video says 10 SIGs that will change your dribbling, but I want to give you guys some options. So James Harden moving step back is for the snatch backs that I do while moving downhill. It's that animation right there that just played out. Whereas you could run Luka moving step back, and this one's a lot better for the sideways movement, that move that just performed a second ago, where it's more for moving around the three-point line. You do that step back. Now, on the other hand, we have a third one, and it's the normal. This is what people call the Asta slide. It's that move that just performed right there. You can crab people really easy while doing this, and it's really weird because it actually doesn't do a snatch back like the James Harden does if you flick down on your stick while moving forward. It does this move right here that crabs people really nasty in the Pro-Am arena especially. I mean, this is a really good thing to run on Pro-Am, but I am a little bit different. I really do prefer the James Harden like moving step back just off the fact that you can do that snatch back, and I'll show you the utilization of it. It's really crazy. But anyway, that is all the SIGs that you will need off this video right here. I also, once again, want you guys to run that James Harden hop jumper because there are multiple different ways of utilizing this. So we're going to get the Pro-Am arena real quick and show you guys how to actually utilize these. All right, so we're going to take this from the top of my notes list right here of just the 10 moves that I wanted to showcase to you guys. So number one is going to be the easiest one to perform. You just hold your right trigger and hold up on your right stick, and boom, you're going to do this right here. Now, you're probably wondering, Laker, that's such a stupid dribble move. It doesn't even do anything. What's the point? Well, after doing this forward hold James Harden hop jumper, it makes your player move significantly faster after. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty glitchy on these taller builds. And again, this is the move that I said I should probably just have another video for on a separate sense. It probably should be something I make its own video for, but either way, it's something I wanted to showcase to you guys. It's really glitchy. So again, you just hold your right trigger, and on PlayStation 5, that's obviously R2. And then after that, you just hold up on your right stick, and now you can just move fast, like super fast on any lateral movement. I mean, it goes crazy, bro. It really can attack three, it can attack drive, whatever the case may be. And all you have to do is literally just do a hop jumper. Now, here's the thing with this too. You can actually do it with these backwards ones. So the way I suggest to do these backwards ones, because I'll just show you what happens if you use X. If you use X like that, it picks the ball up, and you're gonna have to shoot it. So I don't exactly suggest that. What I would like for you guys to do instead is to use your right stick to do these hop jumpers. So you can do it directionally. If the ball's in your right hand, you want to hold your right trigger and move to the left and backwards a little bit on your right stick, and it'll do this right here. Now if you do it to the ball hand, aka we'll put the ball back in the right hand just to make it simple on you guys. So that one I just showcased right there is down diagonal to the offhand, aka you want to move it back into the left. To do this one right here, you just hold it directly down or directly to the down and right, aka like the ball hand right here. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this same side ball hand one. It's a little bit hard to actually get gathers on. I do prefer that like opposite ball hand one right here though. I mean, it's a really good move that can actually, once again, still get you in this speed boost animation right here, and it's still pretty good. And I actually do like it for the moving step back aspect of it, where you can kind of create the three-pointer off it. It's just you have to give it a second to like not shoot the ball, essentially. Like you wanna do it and then maybe let go of everything, and you can shoot the ball pretty quickly. It's just not instantaneously or anything like that, unless you wanted to shoot out of the hop jumper itself if you're like that with the space creator stuff. But me personally, I'm not really. Now there's multiple different ways you can use this hop jumper as well. You can actually use it to hold to the ball hand side, and as you can see, you're actually like doing that hop to the side as well. And anything to do with these hop jumpers is pretty devious, man, as far as that speed boost you get after. So just keep that in mind. The more you implement these hop jumpers, the more glitchy your dribbling is. It's about as simple as that. But that's our display on the hop jumpers. Now I want to showcase to you guys the very basic as well, Rafer Alston signature size up. So there's two different ways you can do this. Way to do it, number one, and the way that I don't really like as much, is to do it to either 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock on your controller on your right stick. So essentially up diagonal to the right, as you can see, to do it that way, and up diagonal to the left. And you can actually do this back and forth, and this is what actually is really good about doing it this way, is it lets you combo extremely quickly, like way faster than you really should, to be honest. But the way that I prefer to do it is to do it down diagonal, so down and to the left on my right stick, and it'll give me this animation right here, this little behind the back. Now, what's nice about these, you can't really combo it quite as quickly. It actually is still plenty comboable, but it's just not quite as quick. But I just like the fact that you can move off it quickly to any ball hand, anything like that. Now, to be fair, if I do the move, then go to the same side I was just on, aka if it's in my left hand, then I do the move to the right, but then move back to left. The offhand movement in this game is really bad. You don't really want to do stuff like that, to be honest, you guys. What you want, once again, is to just flick the stick, then run to the new ball hand every single time. And to be honest with you, it's so brain dead basic like that. You flick the stick, you move the ball into that hand, and you can even wait for like multiple seconds, and then you can even still stop and go out of it. I mean, it's pretty stupid how dribbling works like this, but it's just how it is, to be honest. So again, you can do this as quickly or as slow as you want. I mean, you can do it like, I'm actually not showcasing it to its best ability as far as like if you wanted to run out of it instantly. Pretty much you just do it and then give it like half a second to gather, and then boom, you can just run. Simple as that. So that's definitely like the most basic 2 ways to dribble on this build. That's about as easy as it is. And speaking of easy, we also have another one where it's this LeBron hop back. So again, you hold your right trigger, flick down on the right stick, boom, you will just hop back. Simple as that. No adrenaline spent, no nothing. It's really good for creating 3-point opportunities. Like if you maybe sit a little bit inside the 3, hop back, boom, you can pull it right there. Anything works for my career like that. You can also go for your limitless progress as well by just doing it from the 3-point line and then shooting right here. And it's really good. Besides that, we have the standing snatchback. So I'm going to showcase the 2 snatchbacks at the same time. So the standing one's a little bit more complicated, but it's still pretty easy at its core. So essentially what you want to do, you want to flick up on your right stick and just hold your right trigger. Simple as that, right? And it'll do this animation right here. Now that's the Westbrook attack. We'll talk about that in a second, but essentially you can see the frame that you have to be able to cancel it by holding down on your left stick. You can do it pretty much instantly, and you'll do that snatchback instantly too, but what you can do is let the animation on that Westbrook play out just a little bit, and all you have to do to cancel it is hold down on your left stick. So essentially all you're doing, hold your RT, flick up on your right stick, and then down on your left stick. And you're gonna get this snatchback animation right here. And again, you can let the animation play out just a little bit if you would like as well, and you can let that Westbrook bait it. Now, again, we'll come back to the Westbrook in just a second, but I want to talk about the other snatchback. So this is the downhill moving one. So essentially, you're going to be running downhill, and all you do is flick down on your right stick while you're holding your stick forward. You want to be still moving forward, and it's acting like you're attacking them on a rim run, and then boom, you just flick down on that right stick, and you're going to be able to shoot the ball out of it. There's really a lot of threat to this, if you ask me, and it's why I really prefer to run this James Harden moving step back. Because if you're attacking downhill, essentially, right, like you can even do this in regular dribbling style, do that pro behind the back, boom, then you just snatch it back on them, and you're able to just create that three-pointer off the fact that they were baited by your drive. Boom, there it is, three-point opportunity available. All right, so now we showcase those snatchbacks. I want to showcase the two things that you do with the Russell Westbrook moving crossover. So we already talked about it. You can just hold your right trigger and flick up on your right stick. It'll just give you this right here. It's actually really ridiculous, and I'll showcase to you a couple of things you can do with it if you're a finesse finisher as well. But aside from that, obviously, like I said, you just hold your right trigger and flick up on your right stick. It'll give you that crazy like burst forward. But also, what is really slept on about this Russell Westbrook moving crossover is just the moving cross itself. All you have to do is just flick up on your right stick while moving forward. You don't even have to be sprinting to do this, to be honest. I mean, it's actually pretty crazy. So you can do this to really just break press, to be honest with you. If you see someone is overplaying your left hand really hard, boom, back to the right and you're moving really quickly. Back to the left, you're moving really quickly. I mean, it's a really good move, in my opinion. And again, it's still even paired with the fact that you can do this broken move right here. Now, to show you one thing you can do out of this Westbrook standing crossover, aka the attack size up, I'll just call it, you just flick up on your right stick like we just said, and keep in mind that it's going to move your ball hand to the right. So now, after the ball hand gets moved to the right, you can let go of your sprint button and do a Euro dunk. And if you have the Zach LaVine layup package, I won't spend too much time talking about this because I know it's pretty rare that some of you guys end up with 80 driving layup. But you can do a lot of gathers out of this. You can do the hop gather, you can do the spin gather, you can do the Euro gather, all that stuff. You can do it out of this attack size up and literally just go from the three-point line on some Giannis stuff. And you can even do it from a little bit further back, to be honest. You can go from the three-point line into the paint on some Giannis stuff, one dribble move into the paint, simple as that. Now, if your defender's in front of you, it's a little bit harder to rely on the fact that you're going to get a good gather. And again, it's a little bit iffy as far as how far back you can do it from. I would suggest you can definitely still do it from reasonable shooting range, aka like around here or maybe a little bit further back, like right here. That's your reasonable range to do it. You also want to let the animation play out just a little bit so you can have a little bit more room, because if you do it too early, essentially it's gonna not like carry through on that attack animation enough. You want to reach to kind of the end of that attack animation essentially. But anyway, besides that, I really just wanted to showcase two more moves. So we got the pro behind the back that we already kind of did, but I want to showcase how to do it. Now you can decide whether you want to do it with sprint or without sprint. I prefer it without, but honestly it's not that big a deal. Either way, all you want to do is move your stick down diagonal to your offhand, aka if the ball's in your left hand, you want to move it down diagonal to the right, and boom, you'll just get this animation right here every time. And it's pretty nasty. Not to mention, if you do it from a standing perspective, you'll actually get this animation where you're standing still. And it doesn't matter, I don't think too much about the behind the back animation that you have with that, but either way, it's a nice little thing to add to your category as well. And then besides that, the last move that I want to showcase, the 10th move, is going to be the spin back off that basic spin. Now, I don't like this that much, to be honest with you. It's not exactly my style, but as you can see, you're able to just pretty much attack the court. You're just going to like act like you're driving, and then all you do is spin your stick back to the offhand. So essentially you're starting your spin, and spins are a little bit hard for some people to deal with and understand how to use. Just understand it's pretty much you want to start your right stick on the left side and then move it down and to the right. So you're just sweeping it like that essentially, and it's not too hard to do once you get in the court and actually try it yourself. It's just a little bit hard to explain is all, to be honest. But again, your left stick is not doing anything besides moving downhill when you're doing this. You don't have to point your left stick backwards or anything like that. You literally just do like your spin while moving your stuff forward. It's as simple as that. And again, it really does create three-point opportunities really good. It fakes a rim run, and then as you can see, it cancels it and goes back to the three. I don't really like it that much, to be honest with you, because again, it's not really my style too much, but with the amount of like running to the hoop I do, it could create the three-point opportunities really good. It's just you have to really know how to cancel it pretty good too. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all the good stuff, and like always, try to win 2,000 likes. And I hope this was pretty easy and helpful for you guys. A lot of these moves are pretty basic and don't really require a whole lot of skill to do. It's more the understanding of when to do them is really the skill gap of it. So just understand that a lot of these can be spammed quite a bit though, like that Rayford Alston stuff. You got the hop jumpers as well that you can try as well. And I will say things like the snatchback right here are really good to chain into other dribble moves as well. The only one that's extremely situational, if you ask me, is more the snatchback right here. So to do this animation, I think that's the most situational one in the whole category right here. Besides that, you could argue that the Westbrook attack right here is pretty situational, but to be honest with you, it's very hard to steal the ball from, even if people are right in front of you in the perfect spot. The only way they can steal the ball from you is if they're at like the top of the free throw line right there, and they just are boom right there ready to steal it from you. But to be honest, if someone's way up on you super tight, this works to get past them pretty often. And again, once you get past them, then you can chain it into a euro, hop, spin, anything like that if you would like to be aggressive with it. Or what you actually can do if you want to dunk out of it, just straight up simple as that, make sure you're holding your left stick forward after you do this right here. Now, it's a little bit hard to get the timing on. As you can see, I kind of did it a little bit too early. But if you don't hold your left stick at all, it's going to like 100% shoot the ball every time. So once you get to the end of that animation, you can just hold your left stick forward and dunk. But if you don't hold the left stick forward, you have to do it from quite a bit closer. As you can see, you're going to have to do it from like right about here, essentially. But anyway, that's pretty much my full guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, like I said, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. If you made it to the end of the video, put dribble or put SIGs in the comments, show sports way through. That's pretty much all. If you guys want to check out my content, if you're new, I've been doing some Pro-Am gameplay, whether it's like, you know, my inside build that I play as the pick and roller, or this build specifically that we're going to start playing a little bit more 5-out style on. And I am a little bit more of the dribbler on this build. So if you guys want to check out any content, feel free to. But other than that, hope you enjoyed, and take it easy, man. Peace.